I think I'm live. I think.
I told you to use your stuffing there, but
I don't know. Let me see.
I do it all.
I must check. Hello, hello. I am just grabbing this link so I can see comments as they come in. Comments as they come in. There we are.
I'm going to start putting beats in the background.
Awesome. How are you guys doing? Are we here? Here we are. Hi. Happy Thursday, you guys. It is Thursday. I have a hard time with days of the week. I don't know why. I just do. So, Charles is, hi from Guam. That's awesome. I don't know. Charles is finishing up an FBA shipment, and he should be on this call right now. Hey. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It is Thursday. We are just Charles and Trista today. Can you guys hear me okay on this mic? No echoing or funny things happening. Anyway, it's just Charles and I. We're gonna hang out with you guys, talk about whatever you want to talk about. I've had a great week. I don't want to brag, but I've had a really good week. I've had good eBay sales, and Charles is laughing at me. I've had really good eBay sales. I've been selling like super random things that I didn't think would sell quickly. I had some weird games, like board games. They were like role play, mythical board games from like the 80s. I thought that those would sit forever and ever. I paid so the first one I sold, I paid $4. It sold for $80. Pretty good. And then the second one I paid $2 for, and it sold for $50. So pretty good. Yeah. So hopefully you guys are also having an awesome week, and I'm gonna dive right in. If you guys have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Also, if you guys are local Oregonians in the Portland area, we will be hosting a live, of course it's live, what else would it be? We will be hosting a meetup for resellers of all kinds. eBay, Amazon, doesn't matter. We're going to hang out, eat food, drink things. It's going to be really good. So if you are local to Portland, that is happening Saturday, as in like 2 days from now. And so, yeah, come hang out with us. It'll be fun. I'm reading comments. First time joining. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, yeah. How are your guys' weeks going? First time joining. What secrets should I tell you about Charles while he's away?
Hey.
Oh, you would like to join us.
What's up, guys?
Have a seat.
Give me a chair.
Have a chair. So anyway, where did my little comments go? Gretchen, you're going to the bins tomorrow. Good luck. I went to the bins on Tuesday. I did not do a haul video because I was super tired. I spent a long time there, really long. I do this. I will like go to the bins for just a few minutes, right? Like I'll set a limit, like 2 hours. And then before I know it, it's been 5 hours and it's like, I gotta go. I have to go home. It was a good trip though. I found some good stuff. I found some stuff that like, you know, it's just kind of bread and butter stuff, but it keeps my store active and I love that. So, anyway, how's your week?
My week's been awesome.
You have had a good week too.
Been busy, productive.
Very productive.
Every day. Oh, well, I have not.
Like not even like stupid busy. You know how you can get stupid busy where you're just like, I'm so busy, but you don't really know what you're busy with or.
Yeah, I've actually been like, when I get to the office, I haven't even been at the office many hours. Like I typically am getting in here this week by like 11 or 12. And I'm only here till about 6 or 7. But in that like 6 to 7 hour time frame, like I'm busting off all the big things that have been on my list for a while. I'm just hammering through these things. So I've been super productive this week. It's felt really good. We redid some stuff. So we got some new shelving.
We moved our table. We got some.
We put the board up. We're gonna do. Do you guys want to see? Comment below. Do you guys want to see like a full-on office tour of like the whole little setup that we have here? We put up a new pegboard for supplies, and that's been. We've used it yesterday and today. It's been a lifesaver.
Yeah.
So I want to do a video on how to do that. Super easy, not hard at all. But yeah, it's been a really good week.
It's been a good week.
We've both been really productive.
Hi, Missy.
What's up?
How are you? I hope your puppy's okay. Missy's puppy got into some trouble.
Just a little bit.
I hope he's doing better. Okay, so we're gonna jump into questions. Everybody has been having a good week, I hope. Yeah.
All right. How do we file taxes for the income, or how do you? I'm trying to remember.
We can't read today.
How do you file taxes for the income that you made on Amazon? We have a CPA, and that's the number one thing I'm going to tell everyone is we are not CPAs. Therefore, and we're in Oregon, we don't have sales tax.
Right.
So any questions regarding sales tax or taxes in general, you will not find on this channel.
But we have like maybe more complicated or at least different income tax than a lot of other states.
Yeah, our income tax is higher.
So it's different. So
yeah, that's why you can't. I mean, it's hard to find many people on YouTube, especially that will just talk about taxes openly, because what we do for taxes here in Oregon is going to be completely different than what other states do, and it just varies state to state, sometimes city to city.
There are people who do talk about taxes. The one that comes to mind is Not Your Dad's CPA. Is he on the YouTubes?
I actually don't think so. It's on Instagram.
I don't think he's on the YouTubes, but he's on Instagram.
We're actually going to get him on the show.
That would be really good.
So that will be a good one for you guys, because taxes is one of those topics that everyone has tons of questions about, but we can't honestly answer tax questions because, one, I don't know how half of it works. That's why I have a CPA. I just know that I track all my expenses, I track my income, and then at the end of the year I say, here you go.
And we just don't want to tell something or tell somebody something that's completely wrong when it comes to taxes, because we don't want to hurt you. I don't know. It's very complicated and messy, and we're not qualified. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Where was this one? It says, hi guys, somewhat local to you. Was curious if you have a recommendation on what distributor is easiest to use to get ungated in grocery in these parts. In the Northwest, all you have to do is just type in Portland, or if you're not Portland specifically, just type in Oregon grocery distributors, and you guys can do this for any city. Type in Oregon grocery distributors and simply just place an order. And if you haven't already, just go in and try to apply for grocery category, and it will show you exactly what you need. Typically, it's going to be 10 units or more from a legit wholesaler or distributor. And you simply just open up an account, place your order, and then give Amazon that invoice, and you're good to go. It really can be that simple.
Sorry, I'm going to try and read.
Echo.
Read comments as we go. Echo.
Have I ever made a video about how we do our bookkeeping for eBay? We have not. Simple Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Actually, even better than that is
Simple.
we have GoDaddy bookkeeping, so it syncs up with all your eBay stuff. Not eBay specifically, but syncs up with your bank account, and it will track anything that is a PayPal fee, an eBay fee, eBay shipping, and it automatically deducts all that stuff, and it gives you a nice report at the end of the year. But aside from that, you have to track your buy cost. It's probably the biggest pain in the butt with eBay is you tracking your buy cost on stuff
with an Excel sheet.
Loving my newfound hustle. No bins, no Goodwill, but thrifting and garage sales here. Just flipped an $8 quilt into $75 sold in a day locally.
Wow,
that is amazing.
That's awesome.
I love that you didn't do it on eBay. You did it locally, so it was literally just a local arbitrage. I love that stuff because you don't have to pay for shipping. I did that with a huge item. I had it was a Disney. Wow, what's the word I'm thinking of? No, it's not carousel that I'm thinking of. You remember the big Disney princess carriage? That's the word I'm thinking of.
Oh, the carriage. Yeah.
I got this from Walmart. This thing got clearance down to $99, and it was retailing at $400. And so I bought it for $99.
Okay, so when he says like carriage, he means actual.
It was
huge.
It was
like
a 20 volt. That thing was like powerful.
Giant. It's like a Power Wheels, like Barbie Jeep, but a carriage.
But the box was massive. It barely fit in Trista's SUV.
Yeah.
And so I got it home, put it in the garage, took a picture of it, put it up on Facebook Marketplace. I sold it for $250 within 2 days. So that was an easy $150 profit. And that thing was way too big to ship.
We probably could have gotten more if we had wanted to hold on to it, but it was so big and it was eating up our garage. We just wanted it gone. I
knew it would go quick at $250. Yeah. I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to post it for $250, take my $150 and call it good.
And be gone.
So that was a good one. How do you guys ship golf clubs on eBay? I've never shipped golf clubs, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would just probably say mummy box it.
Yeah, I would open up. Here's what I would do. I would take a large box, and then, you can take that seam off so it lays out flat, and then basically just cut where you need to, and then roll it. Would be an easy way.
Yeah.
That's how I personally would at least attempt it. I'm sure there's probably a better way.
There's probably a technical way.
I haven't really sold. The only thing
you might be able to buy a specific box for golf clubs, but
or like a tube or something.
Yeah.
The only thing close to that I sold was a Nerf gun. It was new in the box, but it was super long and skinny, so it was almost like that. But that's what I did was I took a large box from Lowe's and I just took that seam and cut that part, and so it laid out flat, and I just rolled it that way, and that seemed to work out fine. I saw your video on Instagram, and I would like to know the model of your Dymo printer. I actually have 2 Dymos, and here's why. I have a Dymo 450 for my Amazon FBA item labels, which is probably the Instagram clip I just took like a half hour ago. And then the 4XL is the bigger one that I use for shipping
labels.
And that goes for eBay too. We use that one for eBay. People always ask me, that you can do both item labels and shipping labels with the 4XL. So why do you have the 450, the smaller one? And it's simply because I'm too lazy to swap out the rolls. I know it takes like 5 seconds, but I have them both sitting there, and I just click, and whichever one I need to print from is the one it comes from. I'm all about convenience, and I got a good deal on it too.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
FBA means fulfillment by Amazon. That's where you take your items, you ship it to Amazon super cheap because they're partnered with FedEx and UPS, and then they sell it to their prime customers, and they handle all the fulfillment. So your job in FBA is literally find the product and then get it to Amazon. You don't have to deal with any of the shipping yourself.
Hi, Diana. I see that you commented that you just joined VIP. Nice to see you on our call. We love our VIP group. There's so many active members, and it's so much fun to get to know everybody. We do a weekly call with them exclusively. We bring on guest speakers. It's a lot of fun.
It really has been a blessing.
Yeah,
I love it.
We love it. Let's see.
This comment says, I think we have grown enough to get GoDaddy. Yeah, I think it's $10 a month. Super cheap. and it's a tax expense anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are really having a tough time tracking your stuff, GoDaddy Bookkeeping or QuickBooks Online, they're both, I think, I haven't used QuickBooks Online in a long time. I think it is like 10 to 15 bucks a month, somewhere in that range. They're both affordable and they're both tax write-offs. Oops, I got bumped back up to the top. Here we go. My husband is a golfer, and we sell clubs. We use a mummy box and put it in shipping papers so so it doesn't bang around. There you go.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna read from the computer. The phone is not helpful. I
struggle with telling my CPA my unsold inventory cost at the end of the year. The system I have doesn't track each individual item by cost and when it sells. Peggy, that's the tough part with eBay is they're not API friendly is what it's called. API is basically the best example was Chris Grant had said this in a call and it stuck in my mind. API with both Amazon and eBay works this way. API is basically the door. You need a key to unlock that door to get into Amazon or eBay's back end stuff. So that's why there's a lot of softwares made for Amazon, especially Inventory Lab is made to track your buy cost and your profit and your loss because they give access to that back door. Now, eBay, on the other hand, they don't like third-party softwares in there, so that's why there is no software that will go in there and track your buy cost and your net profit and all that kind of stuff. And each person is so different with how they like things set up. So it's really playing around with your Excel spreadsheet to find what works for you and what doesn't.
That's one thing I would love to see eBay change on their platform is some kind of way to interface a third-party, software with what they have.
Jay Blackburn, hey, I just joined VIP. I'm at Walmart waiting for them, digging in the back. Blackburn, I think that was Justin. I think that's what Jay stood for, Justin.
Maybe he didn't want you to tell the whole world his name.
Whoops.
Sorry if your name is Justin.
I picked up a Dymo Rider Duo in rolls for $5. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. A steal.
That's really good.
Story time. Before I knew what Dymo was, like I knew what a Dymo printer was, I didn't know it was made to print off labels. And this was early on. I'm talking like my first 2 months reselling. So this was over 2 years ago. I went into Goodwill and I found one for $10. It was a Dymo 450. And all I knew was I looked it up on my Amazon Sellers app and it was selling for $80 used.
This is like when we were brand new.
Yeah, this was brand new. Like almost 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I looked it up on Amazon. I didn't know what the heck it did. I just knew it sold for money. So I turned that $10 into 80 on Amazon is where it sold. But then of course, after I started getting into Amazon selling and looking at getting a Dymo, I'm like, oh, I should have just kept that. Because then I ended up paying $80 anyways.
Right, or more. Oh, well. Can
you tell us how to use the Dymo 450 with Amazon Seller? The labels won't print correctly. I can use it just fine with Inventory Lab. I personally just use Inventory Lab with it, so I don't know how to work it with the Seller Central part as far as the 450 goes. I will tell you this though, download and play around. There's YouTube videos, so look it up on YouTube first, but I actually use Adobe Acrobat Reader, and that's a way you can manipulate. You go to edit and there's a thing called take snapshot, and you can click and drag the area you want to print, and then I can modify it a little bit to make it the different size that I want. There's also softwares. This is one I need to play around with. Somebody has a software, I forgot what it was or who has it. Somebody has a software that will automatically do that all for you, all the sizing and whatnot. Mr. Tyler Hodges in the house. What's up, dude?
Hi. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Looking. Just saw a live notice. I'm not sure what that means.
Just a live notice. What exactly should I sell or X from grocery wholesalers? As you mentioned, Amazon. Tried Legacy last year. Pricing was 200 matching with resellers. John, I can't tell you what products to buy from your wholesaler. One, I don't know who your wholesaler is, and two, There's research and testing and retesting that goes into that. So that's just something you have to play around with yourself. This business is all trial and error, guys. So when you find people that have products from distributors and wholesalers, you'll never get somebody that's just going to openly tell you what to buy. There's BOLOs, but that's different than something that's going to be a replenishable item from a wholesaler. That's because it's all trial and error. So you've got to do your research on Amazon, utilize Kiba. Kiba is going to be your #1 tool in this business. Utilize Kiba, do your research, do test orders. So you don't have to order 50 or 100 of something, right? Order 5 or 10 to start with, test it, see how it sells. If it does well, order more. If it doesn't, then write that off as a learning experience and try again.
Do you want to talk about the fulfillment center? When I'm putting stuff into Inventory Lab, it would make me ship it to different fulfillment center. Is there a way to change this? Yeah,
a couple things. One, it costs, right? You're going to pay a certain amount of cents. I can't remember off the top of my head. Is it 30 cents a unit to do?
20. I thought it was 20.
Is it 20? AJ would know.
AJ. Is it 20? 20 to 30 cents.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. So it's going to be 20 to 30 cents per unit if you turn on inventory placement. And that means that Amazon will have you ship everything to one warehouse, and then they will disperse it out to the warehouses that they need it at. So if you have the margin, and it's going to take a little extra time for shipping, but if you have the little bit of extra wiggle room on your time and your margin, then you can just pay that. It's under your shipping settings, or not shipping. If you go to the top right-hand side in the Seller Central and click on Fulfillment by Amazon, the option is in there, turn on inventory placement if you want to do that. Another thing too is if you don't have a lot of units in a shipment and they split it up, and then all of a sudden they're going to send like 10 units here and then like 1 unit at its own warehouse, just don't put that unit in that shipment and then wait till you get more stuff and then send it in. The more stuff you have, typically the cheaper it's going to be to ship, the larger the unit or the larger the shipment. And then 2, there's a way better chance of them shipping more stuff to the same location. Because they did that with one of my shoe shipments. I just sent in Nikes a couple weeks ago, and they did the same thing. They wanted 1 pair of Nikes to go to 1 warehouse, and I waited and put that one in a different shipment. Yeah, once you get Dymo working, it's amazing, but getting it to work is a pain in the butt. That took me weeks to figure that thing out. That's an eBay question. That's all you. I'm not the eBay person. Tyler.
Okay. Sorry, I hadn't got there yet. Did you see a drop in sales on eBay once you purchased a store? I've seen several people saying sales drop as soon as they buy one, and sales return back to normal after they cancel their subscription. I'd have to think about that. We've had a store for over a year now, so I can't really think of, I don't think that our sales dropped. I think it really just has to do with how much you're uploading and, kind of keeping the eBay algorithm happy. So being more consistent on a daily basis instead of, sporadic is super important. I think that actually the perks for a store probably outweigh not having a store. People will sometimes ask me, when do you know it's time to get a store? And once you kind of figure out your fees, how much you're paying with the store versus without the store, once it financially makes sense, then it's why not do it?
Yeah, for sure. What she said.
Do you guys like our 11? She's super bitchin'.
I went to, if you're following my Instagram, you'll see where I got some of these posters from. I got 6 of them total, so they're spread out around our office now. But I went to the Portland Wizard World Comic Con, and there was this artist there who had these, and he paints all of this.
I can't believe he paints
these. Blew my mind when I saw these things. I got a Millennium Falcon. I've got a cool Groot one in the other room.
Really cool. He's actually my favorite.
Yeah.
Every time we look at our
computer. The second I saw 11, though,
like
because we have our this is all Stranger Things on that shelf with the Funkos. It's kind of like my Nintendo Mortal Kombat one. The second I saw that one, though, I'm like, done. I need that in my life. Here we go. Are we doing private label? Not at the moment. We actually have like 3 or 4 private label, actually more. Technically, I have a list of like 20. If we look at, I have one brand.
20? Come on.
So I have one brand
You're
I'm going
crazy.
to launch. I would love to do it by the end of this year.
What's it called?
I can't tell what the brand is.
Sorry, guys.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think. He has a lot of
I
ideas.
have a lot of ideas.
Constantly.
I have one brand that has about 15 to 20 products within that brand that I'm going to launch, but not at the moment, just because it takes, anyone who does private label knows this, you have to put up a lot of capital up front, and it takes about 3 months until you actually can see anything back from that, just because you have about 2 months shipping, depending if you do sea versus air, and then you have to get your listing created, you have to do all that kind of stuff. So right now we did 2 solid years of RA and OA. Now we are into wholesale as kind of our big focus right now, is get wholesale up and running. I want that to be its own 6-figure business, and then we'll get into private label after that.
And kind of going along with that, Jesse asked if we were still doing RA for Amazon. We do a little bit. We're really, really phasing out of RA. It's just a lot of time that we just don't have anymore. I love RA still, but it got to the point where it's like you're driving around so much, and I was gone every day. Yeah. So that's where I started to really look at wholesale. And it does make sense. It makes more sense if you're in a bigger city, but we're very rural.
Yeah, we're 45 minutes away from the closest Target even. We have a very small Walmart here in town. That's about it. So even for me, just to go to a decent sized Ross, it's a 30-minute drive. Target's a 45-minute drive. So I was gone for like 8 to 10 hours every time I did an RA trip. And my biggest thing in life is building my time freedom, and I'm not really having that freedom of time if I'm spending it driving all the time. So that's why I started to phase out of RA. Yeah. And now we've got wholesale products that we're trying to work out right now.
Okay. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Which one?
This one.
Not really sure.
Yeah, sorry. If you have a postage question, if you could clarify it. I'm not really sure what you're asking.
Do you get discounted shipping for merchant filled prime? Yes, you do. I've actually been oddly liking my merchant filled prime.
He does.
I just come in every day, and I usually, on a good day, I'll have my best day I've had on. I have one brand, but there's 7 variations of it. And my best day, I sold 10 in one day, merchant filled prime, and that's a wholesale product. On a decent day, like today, I had 5, which was good.
And we've really only been doing that for weeks.
Almost 3 weeks, because they put you on a 30-day trial, and if you sell 50 items, that's why I've been trying to hustle with it. If you sell 50 items and you have positive metrics, so your shipping time is on track, nothing's going out late, then you officially get the prime badge, even though you're merchant filling the item. And that's been working out fantastic. It's a great product because it fits perfectly within a flat rate padded envelope, and it saves me a lot on shipping. But the flat rate padded envelope
flat rate.
With that, how much do you pay for eBay?
It's the same. It's $650 or $7.
$670 is what I pay.
Yeah, something like that. It's
so
really
it
close to it.
Yeah, it must be the same discount then.
Or close to it. Let's see. Yeah. Hey guys, so I started resale 3 months ago locally. I get all my clothing from friends that work on returns from major stores and brands. Is brand new stuff, but because of you got hooked on Salvation Army.
Went to that used clothing game.
I do what works for you. If you have a great Salvation Army and you're getting good deals, that's great. Brand new stuff is awesome. I wish I could find some kind of hookup for brand new clothing that made sense. I found a couple, but by the time I buy the item, look at the comps, it just doesn't make a lot of financial sense. So do what works for you, I guess. But thrifting is fun. You never know what you're gonna find.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah,
It's
but I like it.
I know it's funny how you have two totally different business models because I love like new in the box, like wholesale style stuff. I live for finding that one product that I can order like 500 of.
Yeah.
That might only make $3 or $4, but you do volume. I love that ball game. And then
and I like to buy
you like
board
the
games for $2 and flip
oh,
them
those
for
were
$50.
so good. We didn't even post those on Instagram. We should post those.
I did post the first one.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, you did.
It was like Trista a couple weeks ago.
Freaking found those 2 board games. One
I
was,
already told them. You were busy.
Oh, it was a really good flip, like really good. There's a Marshall's 1 block away, and I walked in. They have lots of Nike cleats for $16. Would you buy them? I don't know because I don't know which type of cleat. So you need to simply look up the comps. Look up the sold listings based on that style code. If you don't know what I'm talking about with looking up a style code, look at my channel and look at the Ross video that I did because I showed you everything you need to know about looking up comps. And if the comps are checking out for a $16 buy cost, usually I factor in like 10 to 12 bucks shipping. And then that's depending on you if you do free shipping or not. I do free shipping, so I typically factor in about 10 bucks extra. On a high end, it's like 14 if it's a large size shoe and it's going to like Florida because we're in Oregon. 16, I would probably settle for like a $50 price point, something around there. That would give me a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, we also try to make sure that we buy things keeping in mind that we want a certain price, but we might need to go down a few dollars or even $10. So like Charles said, having that wiggle room.
Well, let's do the math.
If you break even, you know, like where's your wiggle room for that?
So you pull out your calculator. If you're looking at the sold comps, here's exactly how I do it. If I see that they're selling for about $50, I'm going to take 50 times 0.87 because I'm subtracting, and there's different ways to do this. I'm subtracting 13% for my fees because I've got 10% fees from eBay and then 3% from PayPal. So I take 50 times 0.87. That gives me a gross of $43.50 after fees. That's what we see back. Minus my buy cost is $16. Minus, let's just say $12 for shipping. That's it. And then you're left with $15.50 would be technically like your profit. So you have to make that decision of, is a $50 price point getting $15 profit enough wiggle room if I need to drop my price?
Or, all right, you're spending 16, making 15, or wait, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good margin.
But some people operate differently where they that's not enough wiggle room for them. They like to have a 200% margin, not just 100%. And that's just depending on your business model. But if you want to, it also depends on how quick the flip is too. The quicker the flip, the lower ROI I'm happy with going. Because if I can make 10 or 15 bucks quick, I'll do that all day, every day. But if they're not selling that quick, then $15 is not worth it for it to sit in my warehouse for 2 months.
Makes sense.
In California, do you need a reseller's permit to sell online? You don't need a reseller's permit to sell online, but you should definitely use a reseller's permit if you're shopping retail stores, because some of them, not all of them, but some of them you can save on your sales tax. And if you did want to get into the wholesale game, you definitely need to get a reseller's permit because any vendor is going to want to see that. But at the end of the day, just get it. It's a business expense if it costs you anything. Some states do, some states don't. We actually technically don't even have one here in Oregon, just because we're sales tax free. But if I want to work with any vendor and they ask for one, Oregon.gov gives us a simple one we can fill out for them. It's all going to be on your .gov website. So just search your state. So California was that example. So just type in resellers permit California and just get it. It's that simple.
Ours, I mean, it's not usually that expensive. Oh, AJ is a Californian. She said,
got one of your natives up here.
Yeah.
The BOE.
The BOE.
BOE is what
Check
you need
it
to
out.
look up. And you guys, this is a prime example of why we can't answer like resellers, like permit questions and tax questions, because we have no idea what the other states look like.
Yeah.
It's all you have to look it up in your state, and Just go through the hoops that you have to jump through.
You want to answer that Amazon price?
When you have products not selling because Amazon just took over the buy box, if I match Amazon's price, I lose money. Should I get my inventory, send it back to me? Will Amazon charge me shipping? Question 1, I would answer on that is yes, they will charge you shipping. Right now, at the time of this video that is live on Thursday, what's today, April 19th, as of yesterday, Amazon sent out an email. As of right now, in this point in time, if you're watching the recording and it's like 6 months from now, this is not applicable. Is that the word?
Good.
Applicable.
Yes.
First time I've ever said that right. I usually say applicable.
I don't know.
Applicable.
I say aluminum. I can't do it. Anyway, doesn't matter.
So yes, they will usually charge you 50 cents a unit to pull inventory, but right now it's free removals. So at the time of this video, obviously this is live right now. So I would recommend if
at 5:39 Pacific Standard Time.
So as of right now, they said it's temporary. So we don't know how many days or how many weeks or months or whatever. But if you need to pull your inventory, now would be the time to do it for free. If Amazon is low enough that you're going to lose money, you have to decide if you're ready and willing to wait for them to sell out. Because that's another option too. They may only have a certain amount of stock. And here's a little trick you can do to find out. 2 different ways. One is you can go to their product on the Amazon listing, add it to your cart, and then put the quantity at $9.99. Obviously, they probably don't have 1,000 units or whatever that is. And then when you go to checkout, it's going to come up with an error that says we don't have 999, but we do have, and they might say 43. So then you know how many units that Amazon has in stock. You can cross-check with about how many units are selling per month using Kiba, and then you can make a judgment call and say, well, if Amazon's going to sell out in the next 2 weeks, it's worth it for me to wait until they sell out, and then I can have my price point that I want. But if they've got hundreds and hundreds of units and you don't want to compete with them, 1, you can pull the inventory if you want to. 2, list it on eBay and then use multi-channel fulfillment to basically drop ship your own product onto eBay. And that's a whole nother thing. We haven't done a video on it yet. I need to. Very simple to do. Just go to YouTube and Google. Somebody's done a video, I'm sure. Just type in multi-channel fulfillment on Amazon, and that's a very easy way to do it. That way you're not paying the 50 cents to withdraw it from inventory, and you can have Amazon fulfill it once the order is placed on eBay.
Did all of that make sense?
That made sense to like 3 people out of 100 watching this.
Yeah.
I know eBay people are like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
What is he talking about?
If you're in Amazon world, you'll understand some of that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally lost where we were at. Okay, right there. Okay, so bear with us. We're getting through all the comments, but we go very chronologically or whatever it is. We're getting through everybody's questions. We don't skip people.
Hold on right there. What is the minimum of profit you hope to make from a product in order to make an item worth reselling? So you're talking to an Amazon person and an eBay person, so we have 2 totally different answers. My answer is I will accept on a very, very fast moving product, 25%. That's like my rock bottom. If it's going to move quick, like I send in a shipment and it starts moving that day and I can sell out within a couple weeks or even 30 days, I'll settle for 25% to flip my money quick, get it back and reinvest. But on average, I settle for about 40%. Is kind of my average.
Mine is so different.
That's
so
2 different business models you guys have to
Yeah.
understand too. So I'm sourcing stuff, especially now I'm getting into wholesale. I'm sourcing a lot of units. So I might only get 5 products, but I'm going to go 30, 40, 50 units of each. And I'm hoping to flip those things quick.
Mhm.
That's why I'm okay with spending $10 and making a $4 profit, which is 40% ROI. You, on the other hand,
are totally different.
Yeah,
In fact,
thrift
when we
stores.
source with each other, I can't even like, it makes me crazy. I'll be like, you can't spend that much money on this. He's like, no, we'll get it back plus this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm dying inside.
Because thrift store shopping is way different.
So when I buy stuff from the thrift store to flip onto eBay, and mind you, I'm doing clothing mostly. I do some shoes, some like hard goods, but mostly clothing. I have to 5 times my investment after
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
after fees and buy cost. So that usually works out to, if I buy something for $1, I want to see, or like my actual profit would be $5. So I need to sell it for 7 to 10. Does that make sense?
500%
If I buy
ROI.
it for $1. So yeah, like 500% ROI.
So our preference.
I just, in my head, I think, can I 5 times my money?
Our preference ranges from 40% ROI to 500% ROI.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, we're very different.
And let me touch base on that real quick. That's because we have done enough trial and error over 2.5 years that we understand what models we each like.
Yeah. And clothing doesn't flip as quickly as our replens on Amazon, right? Yeah. So I want to see a bigger profit because it's going to hang around for a little while. So that's my justification. What is minimum?
That was what we just answered.
Oh, we just answered. Why do you think Kiba is better than Jungle Scout, Charles?
I won't go into it too much, but just use Kiba.
Do you like how I
like,
phrase that?
Kiba, so Jungle Scout can give you estimated sales per month, which is fine. They pull the same data, I'm sure, from Amazon either way. So you can see the estimated sales per month. But the issue is most of the time that's going to be going just by the current rank. And the issue with current rank is rank changes by the hour on Amazon. And what may be a good rank now may have a history of a bad rank or vice versa. So I would rather see the big picture in the history versus seeing the current hour timestamp.
That makes sense.
Is that sufficient, AJ? I wish
Really
you could see that. She
answer.
goes, I'm curious to see what the answer is here.
Yeah, that's good.
Can we just give a shout out to AJ real quick? AJ, by the way, is dropping stuff. Project manager / new business owner of a prep center right on the other side of this wall. So we need to get you on the show. I just remember we didn't do that. Whoops. My bad. AJ's going to be on the show. We'll introduce you guys.
Yep.
Get your stuff prepped up for you.
I saw an Amazon question that I could answer.
Which one?
How do you get the buy box? I have items as the only FBA. Amazon isn't selling it, but still no buy box. Okay, I thought I could answer this. Nobody understands buy box. We don't get it. It's
nice. I was genuinely like, I'm curious what the answer is.
No, there's no rhyme or reason. You get it and then it goes away and then somebody else gets it.
Yeah, the only thing that anyone can agree on with the whole buy box situation is it's a crazy algorithm that no one truly does understand, but pricing does play a big role in it. Mm-hmm. Amazon wants to see a certain price point that's fair to a customer. So there's lots of products that there's lots of sellers, but there's no official buy box. Typically, it's because everyone is priced really high. So as long as you're being competitive with your pricing and pricing affordably to a customer, in Amazon's eyes, that's typically where you're going to see a better buy box rotation.
Does it make a difference if you mess with even by a few cents, your pricing?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Manipulating just by a few cents even can play around with it. Again, no one really understands how buy box works. We
use a repricer, and whenever Charles tweaks it just a little bit,
man,
our sales go up.
I just did it. I showed I'm not going to show you guys, but
sorry. We can't show everybody.
I showed this little thing on what was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. I tweaked my repricer just a tiny little bit, and it was like boom, almost $1,000 days for the last 5 days, just from that little tiny tweak in a repricer. Love Dymo.
What is VIP, Charles?
Oh, am I answering? VIP group is our private Facebook group that we have. we found a very high demand for something like that a while back because we run several large Facebook groups that are thousands and thousands and thousands of members. And what happens naturally with any large Facebook group is, one, information gets diluted. Two, it loses the intimacy of a small community feel. And three, we just found that a lot of people were just leaving because there was just too much dilution going on.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do was,
and a lot of flies on the wall, but nobody really
that was another big one too. So, and we're very community driven. We love working more one-on-one with people, and I can't work one-on-one with people if we have a group of 40,000.
Right.
So
I don't understand that.
Yeah, and so we had many people over the last year. I've been having people like, hey Chaz, if you ever start a small private group, I want in. And so we decided to craft something together that can make that work.
Yep.
So VIP group, it is a paid subscription group because we do put a lot of time and effort into that, and it is a small group. I will say at the time of this video, I need to double check, but I think we literally have about 5 spots open. I need to double check, so there may not even be 5 open. I haven't checked in a few days now. But we do BOLOs, so we not only give you guys some leads to check out for, and I'm not going to give you wholesale replens and that kind of stuff. So if you come in thinking you're getting wholesale replens, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen in business. But we will give you guys brands and specific products to keep an eye out for,
and tools to eventually get those accounts.
Yeah, my biggest thing I'm big on inside of there is I would much rather teach you guys how to fish than just constantly give you guys fish, because there's lots of BOLO groups where you're going to get tons of leads, but they're not going to teach you specifically how to find them yourself.
Right. And the problem with BOLOs, they're great, but if everybody knows about the BOLOs, they're not BOLOs anymore because everybody's buying them. Eventually the price goes down and then they're not a good buy anymore. So it's not, you can't run your business on BOLOs. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So that one does run at $20 a month, locks your spot in. And again, I don't know off the top of my head, but I believe we have about 5 spots left. And to get plugged into that, you just go sidehustleprosvip.com. If you're watching the recording of this video and you go to the website and the website is shut down, that's because the group is full, and you'll see a link for a wait list.
Do you want to, okay, I'll read this and you can answer it. I'm new to Amazon selling. I've only signed up and haven't sold anything yet. Just scanning it seems like almost everything is restricted. Looking to become ungated as I sell more.
They won't automatically become ungated unless you apply. Sometimes Amazon does give you automatic approval. Excuse me. But for the most part, you need to go through the hoops that Amazon wants you to jump through. Amazon is gating brands and putting up those restrictions for a reason, because the market did get super flooded with new sellers that were ruining the pricing on brands. And so the brands came in and worked with Amazon. That's why gating happens. So typically you're just going to need to find a distributor for the brand that you want to sell if it's restricted. And just go to Amazon and try to add that product, and we'll tell you exactly how many units you need to order from a distributor.
Yes, the mysterious eBay algorithm. So confusing. Would you do eBay with an LLC?
Sure.
Yeah.
You could do it sole proprietor if you want to. No problem with that. You guys have to understand, when you want to go LLC or even a corp, it's just to separate yourself out of the equation, right? It's to create an LLC, which is creating its own identity, and that business becomes its own person, right? That's how it works. But you can't create an LLC and then still use your own personal name and social security number for all your stuff. Because then the point of an LLC is not, what's the point of having an LLC if you're not going to use it? There's lots of different things that go into that. So can you do eBay with an LLC? Absolutely. Tons of people do it just as regular sole proprietor, and that's just dependent on what you want to get out of it.
We do not sell on other Amazon platforms, just the US at the moment. We can't talk about other stuff.
I've done Canada.
When?
I opened up my Canada portion.
Oh.
And then I put a couple items on merchant filled. Remember this?
No, you did. Oh my gosh, I do remember this. It was a nightmare.
So I turned on the Canada portion, I'm like, oh, cool, I can sell my products in Canada now.
Don't do that.
without doing your research first, at least.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Learn from our mistakes.
I turned on Canada. Even AJ's like,
she's laughing at you.
I turned on Canada, and I had these two big things that I was gonna sell, and I listed them merchant filled, but I didn't realize that.
And they sold quick. We were like, wow,
I didn't
that's
realize
amazing.
that Amazon put them on both U.S. and Canada. I just thought it was U.S. for merchant. So it went to Canada, and of course, because it was so low price for what a Canada price would be, 2 Canadians bought both units quick, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, cool, I sold them. I couldn't figure out the shipping on the back end, so I took it to my local shipper with UPS, and I ended up paying, it was like $80 each.
We lost money on them.
I lost so much money on those 2 deals. It was like $80 each, and it was merchant filled. I'm like, I wasn't going to cancel the order and ruin my metrics. I just bit the bullet.
We ate that one.
And yeah, so I turned off Canada.
That was a bummer. So don't do merchant fulfill in Canada.
Unless, I mean, there's ways to do it. You can go in there and set up your shipping metrics a certain way. So I recommend you do your research first, but don't just turn it on and then cross your fingers and hope it all works out. You got to know what you're doing. Oh, yes.
Gretchen said that Universal Studios announced 2 weeks ago they are going to do a Stranger Things haunted house for Halloween haunted nights. Ah!
So we need to book a Tampa trip to hang out with Rally Roots.
I don't know if I can handle that.
And then go to the Stranger Things.
I only went to one haunted house my whole life, and I almost cried. I was so scared. I don't like. It's funny. I love Stranger Things, but I don't actually like scary stuff. Oh my gosh.
Thrifting, yard sales, and selling on eBay for about a month. What mistakes should I avoid? Should we start the list? You guys want to be here for 3 hours, right?
How much time do you have? Okay, let's not tell them all our mistakes, but we could tell them like.
Well, let's just start with this. The big thing to stay away from is look up. It's pronounced Vero, right? Vero.
Oh, yeah, VERO.
Look up that. So don't put trademark keywords.
VERO, right?
VERO.
I
just don't know how it's pronounced. Vero or Vero.
Mm.
So put.
Gretchen said we're loud.
Oh, whoops.
Does it need to be turned down?
You good?
I don't know. Sorry, you guys. If we're loud, turn your computers down.
Turn your computers down. Well, it could be the game too.
Okay.
See if this is a little better. So don't put trademark terms in your titles. That will get you kicked off real quick. Here, so we have 2 different takes. Like you're nice about stuff, and you'll tell them like a few things. I'm not so nice because here's the thing, guys.
I'm a nice person.
I'm a nice person at heart. This is why I get up here and like try to share some stuff with you guys.
Join our VIP group.
If you should have heard last night's call,
it was pretty good.
I lit some fires under some butts last night. What mistakes should you avoid? There's not a lot I can personally give you as far as advice on mistakes to avoid, because the mistakes that we went through may be completely different than the mistakes you will go through. And at the end of the day, a skilled sailor is not created by a smooth sea. Ooh. You like that one?
Whoa.
I heard that one the other day. I was waiting for the moment in time to use it, and that just happened. Think about that though. Like
AJ is legit.
Everyone hops into the eBay and Amazon boat, and they all try to find the smoothest route that has the least amount of bumps.
And they see people on Instagram and YouTube and all the social medias killing it all the time, and that's just not it.
I feel like
that's not how it works.
We're one of the social media presences that comes on. It's like, yeah, it's all fun and games, but let me tell you the behind the scenes stuff.
No, I mean, I think that everyone does a fair job of saying that, you know, these weren't a good, but it's so easy to just focus on what everybody's doing that is amazing and winning. And the thing is that we've all made huge mistakes. We've all, sorry, you guys, we have a neighbor coming over. We've all made mistakes. We've all made bad buys. I cannot tell you how many times at the beginning of our eBay journey, I was buying things for $10 thinking that they would flip for 30 or 40. And in reality, I barely broke even. That is just how it works. So I would say definitely do your research. Don't ignore the comps. You might think something is worth X amount and really it's worth Y. So really pay attention and do your research. There's a lot of great information on Instagram, on YouTube. There's a lot of other YouTubers that are killing it and have really great information. So pay attention to those people. And guess what? You're still going to make the mistakes. We still make mistakes every day.
You know what we should do is just one session where we just blurt out like 20 mistakes we've made.
Yeah, instead of doing like, here's what we sold.
Like there's going to be no motivation in that video. It's going to be like, you guys want to see the mess ups we did over the last 2 years?
It'll be like, here's how we screwed up. No, welcome to the club. That's just the way it works. The thing is, you want to hopefully learn from those mistakes and not make them over and over again. Yeah. I'm not going to say that it's all mistakes. We do a very good job of selling things every day that we make money on because we're still here. We're still doing this, but it's just, you're going to make a few mistakes.
Tyler's digging the
link
back there, Lincoln Mario. I freaking love that picture. It's so good. Makes me want to get not even the new one. I want to get the GameCube, and I want to go play old school Super Smash Bros. That's what I want to do.
Would you buy a tie?
I'm super excited that next door. So we have a warehouse right now, and there's lots of different businesses within different spaces here, and a food truck just moved in next door. So I'm like pretty excited about it.
I haven't had the.
We haven't eaten there yet.
No.
I want to though.
Let's see. Would you buy a toy for $45 to make a $9 on the flip?
No.
That's pretty.
Not even on a quick flip.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be that's way too slim, especially if it's on Amazon and if it's a clearance toy. You're going to have people that jump on that listing and price tank pretty quick, and that $9 does not give you enough wiggle room.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a $30 buy cost and then a $9, depending how fast of a flip, I might consider it, but that's a pretty low ROI on that.
Do you have a video to show how to set shipping for Amazon Merchant Fulfill?
Not on the shipping. I did a video where I showed how to ship something. It was an iPad I sold. I did have a video showing how I shipped it and the whole screen share of it, but I don't have a video that shows the exact shipment setting. I should probably do one of those though. That's a really good idea for that.
Okay, looking. Sorry, you guys, I'm reading. How soon can someone get ungated with the proper invoice? I work with a rep and is offering me to ship direct to Amazon FBA to save shipping costs, but don't know how soon she can get ungated.
Submit the invoice. I've heard of people getting approved the same day, like within a couple hours on a really good chance. Or not good chance, but on a really good day, you might get that with the right rep. But for the most part, I would plan on give it a few days because there's a rep that has to review it, look at it, cross-check whatever they need to cross-check and do that.
Yep. Oh, no.
I love how the chat always bumps.
Okay, I'm sorry, you guys.
Sometimes when there's a new message, the YouTube chat will go all the way to the bottom. I'm so sorry.
There we go.
Booyah. Oh, there we go. We got another local.
Downtown Portland. We are doing a meetup on Saturday. So if any of you are local to Portland, Oregon, we're going to do a meetup, hang out at McMiniman's.
It'll be at the Rams Head McMiniman's downtown-ish. I don't think it's right downtown, but it's close downtown.
It's close.
Rams Head McMiniman's at 6 o'clock on Saturday if you're in the Portland area. We didn't want this to be like this big, massive meetup. We just
very like impromptu.
Yeah, we just figure we're gonna just go up there, do a pop-up dinner, and have some fun.
So I'm near downtown Portland, Oregon. What would you say would be my best bet to make $2K a month? That's a pretty hard question to answer.
Yeah, that's a broad question.
Yeah.
My first response back would be choose a platform, right? Amazon or eBay. Choose a niche. What type of product or arena do you want to play in? And then you simply reverse engineer and find how do you find more of that product? And you go all in on one type of niche and get laser focused on it, and you can make 2K pretty quick that way. It takes hustle, but I'm not saying it's easy at all. 2K is a pretty good benchmark. Once you start to make 2K a month, that's where you start to have a little bit of flexibility with your buying power.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to answer that question?
When to use prep services. I'm so excited to get AJ on the show for the first time.
I know, we need to get her on.
When to use prep services and how expensive are they? You use a prep service when you're ready to stop prepping your own stuff. So speaking of prep services, First Choice Pack is AJ's company she just started right next door to us. What's that? No minimum order. So she's doing some pretty sweet stuff just for like our people here. So no minimum order. So if you've got like 10, 20, 30 products that you want to send over, AJ's got her team and they will prep everything for you. Mm-hmm. But when do you start using a prep service? It's when you're ready to really start scaling and using your time for more sourcing. So in the beginning of your Amazon, eBay business, you are going to do all the work yourself. That's just how any business is run, right? But you get to the point where you start to run out of time, and you should be using that time sourcing more product. But you can't source more product because you're busy prepping and shipping. That's when we started to outsource some stuff, is when we ran out of time for more sourcing, which is what we should be doing more of. So if you're at that point where you're sick and tired of wasting your time doing the prepping, then that's where you send your stuff to AJ, and she has a team that will prep and ship everything to Amazon for you. Again, she just mentioned there's no minimum. So if you even want to do a test, what's the best way they can get a hold of you? Website? Email?
Website or just email contact at First Choice Pack.
All right, contact at First Choice Pack. And I'll put all this information in the description below. We'll get AJ on really, really soon. So she can do the whole layout, give you guys price points and all that kind of stuff. But how expensive are they? Each one is going to be a little bit different depending how they're set up. Some of them will include all the supplies. AJ, another quick plug, I can tell you, will include everything you possibly need. It's all under the one price. So if you send in something, you don't have to worry about different price points like, oh, do I need a box? Do I need poly bags? Well, this one needs Goo Gone and stuff taken off. You don't worry about different price points for that stuff. It's all included. So AJ will handle all that for you. That's actually a really good point too. Is she mentioned having a prep center both on the East Coast and the West Coast. Obviously, if you're up in Maine, you're not going to save a ton of money shipping stuff over to Oregon. So having an East Coast and a West Coast is going to be extremely beneficial for you.
We are on the West Coast.
We're on the West Coast. So if you're over on like this half, or even if your supplier is on this half, it's cheaper to ship from Cali or Washington to here in Portland area than it is to ship from like Florida over. So look at where your vendors are, your suppliers, if you're doing wholesale. By the way, she can handle arbitrage products, which is retail and online. There's somebody that sends over a decent amount of just straight retail arbitrage. So he'll go out, collect all of his retail arbitrage stuff, put it in a box and ship it over to AJ, and she'll do the rest. So if you've got the margins in retail to do that, I highly recommend it. Online arbitrage, same thing. Instead of shipping the product to you for you to prep, ship it over to her space and she'll handle that for you. And then we can work with wholesale and private label as well. So lots of different methods and cool things in there. Shout out to my boy Chad. Thank you, brother.
Hi,
much
Chad.
Appreciated.
Let's see. First time got you guys live. Just wanted to say thank you. Just started after thinking about it a long time. Been a huge help. Thanks again.
Awesome,
Yay!
Jeff. Thanks for tuning in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Buy box equals luck of the draw.
Yep.
Pretty much how it works. Ooh, I like that question. When did I find it necessary to hire a CPA? The second I started my own business. When I went from, you like that?
Yep.
The second I went from being a regular W-2 employee, I was doing massage therapy full time, and I was collecting my W-2, and I was able to input it onto TurboTax, and it was super easy. The second that I had to mess around with like itemized deductions and income and expense reports, that's where I'm like, nope, that is getting outsourced.
We had a CPA in place before Amazon and eBay were even a thing for us. So
yeah, I got a CPA actually when I was doing massage therapy full time for other companies and a big time spa. Once I quit the spa, I started my own massage practice. When I started my own practice is when I started using a CPA. Because then you have to start tracking your expenses, and I didn't want to deal with any of it, so I just hired real quick.
What repricer do you use, Charles?
We use it's Appeagle, but it's not called Appeagle anymore, and I'm super bummed about the name change. It's called informed.co. Informed.co.
It's not as cool as Appeagle.
But Appeagle is what we use. Yes, it is the most expensive one. It is $150 a month. And I knew that blew my mind the first time I heard it too. But the second I used it versus some of the other ones, the algorithm, I don't know how their algorithm works, but it works. And I highly recommend it. If you want to sign up for a 30-day trial, we do have an affiliate with it. So if you want to use it and support our affiliate, you can find the link in the description below. If you don't like affiliates, that's totally okay. Just go to inform.co, and also appeagle.com still redirects over there too.
Okay.
I've been using that for, I want to say almost 6 months, maybe 5 months.
Beforehand, he was manually repricing.
Oh, it took like 2 hours every Sunday.
It was awful.
I would sit down and reprice all my stuff.
On Amazon seller filled, how do you set shipping by weight or item?
If you're in your template, so like right now I'm playing around with merchant filled prime. So what I do is I have all my stuff set to 2-day priority shipping, and I just make sure the products I'm selling on that are going to fit within that shipping. But for the most part, go in there, set your template, and then when you do, it's almost exactly like eBay as far as when you prep your item, put in, let's say you use you bubble wrap it, you put it in a poly mailer just like you would at eBay, and then you weigh it, take your dimensions, put that in Amazon's little front end there on the site, and it will pop out with your price. So it's almost the exact same setup.
Cool.
Do we always do free shipping?
Cool beans.
Free shipping, do you do it?
Oh, on eBay?
On the page?
I got a question.
Let's get some eBay questions in here.
Yes, I usually always do free shipping unless it's an insanely heavy item. But eBay favors, I feel like, free shipping or people who offer free shipping, and it just is more attractive to customers. So I factor that shipping into my buy cost, or like the customer's buy cost. So if I was going to charge $10 for something and then $4 shipping, I just charge $14 instead. Hi, Peggy.
Steven just signed up for VIP. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Be sure to, on your confirmation page after you pay, on the payment page has a group link. Click that, and then I have 3 little questions just to confirm who you are on the back end on Facebook, and then I'll get you plugged in tonight.
Yeah, and Susan, you do RSVP for the Portland Meetup on the Facebook event page.
And if you need the Facebook event page, if you're live, it's not up yet as far as the link. But if you need the Facebook event page, rewatch this recording, and it will be in the group description.
Yep.
Just so we have kind of an accurate head count. I think we have room for 20 people, 20-ish.
Oh, I lost it again. Bam, 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 bam. Like my singing?
I like it.
Oh, goodness.
Mistakes are the best training you will ever get. I love it.
Joined your VIP group 2 weeks ago.
D, you need to email me. I don't know. I need to figure out what's going on with ClickFunnels. So with ClickFunnels, for some reason, it's not emailing out like it should be. But D, the group link was on the payment page, and it's very easy to miss it sometimes. So please email me at FBA-Rockstars@gmail.com, and I can get you taken care of on that.
Let's see. Okay. Retail arbitrage, you find an item that you're about to sell on Amazon, not gated, and you're doing so great. You're doing so great in sales, you restock and everything is going great. Then you get a red flag from Amazon. Owner wants to, I'm sorry, Sonia, I don't know what happened to the rest of your question. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wants to know if your product is copyright. I show copy of receipt. And where I purchased product and permission to sell their product, I have not had any response back. What should I do?
If your product is copyright, I show a copy of the receipt where I purchased the product and permission to sell their product. I have not had a response back. If it came through the Amazon messaging system, they technically can't do anything right then and there because they are not supposed to be messaging you. If the notice comes from Amazon themselves, then you absolutely need to do something about it. And I would actually just bypass responding to them. Respond to Amazon with your receipt and your proof of purchase and go from there. But if Amazon comes at you and says, yes, you do need to be an authorized reseller for that brand, then you have to just delete your listings, apologize, and move on.
Can you have more than one FBA account?
Yes, you can, but you need permission. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have black hat ways of getting around it and creating multiple accounts under different LLCs, and that's on you if you want to go down that route. But you can have multiple accounts if you give Amazon a reason why. Typically, they're going to want a separate address. They want it to be two totally separate accounts. That's why if, for example, you have a household, they don't want two accounts under one household. So if you have, like, for example, my dad has an Amazon account. So if my mom wanted to make an Amazon account, they would have to get permission to have it under the same household. That's something you just need to ask Amazon for, and they'll tell you exactly what they need.
How many? Hi, Barky, by the way. I haven't seen you in a long time.
That's awesome.
How many hours do each of you put in per week on average? I don't know.
It would be cool to track.
We need to track this better.
I think the hard part for us is we run so many different things. We put in a few hours per thing
here
that we
and
do.
there. Yeah.
Rather than, like, if we only, like, for example, if I only did Amazon and nothing else, and you only did eBay and nothing else, it'd be pretty easy to track.
If I only did eBay and absolutely nothing else, it would probably be maybe 20 hours a week. And I've got about, what do you think?
I don't even think you put in 20.
Charles works all of his. No. We're just saying if we didn't have all the other things.
Oh, there goes your phone.
So I would say if I was just only doing eBay, probably 20-ish hours a week. I have about 1,000 listings up at any given time, kind of where I hang out right now.
Amazon, I probably only do, I want to say 10. I would say 10.
That's not 1,000 listings per week, by the way. No.
That'd be cray-cray.
No way.
That'd be
I mean,
hustling.
like over, like I have 1,000 active listings.
Let me see if I can calculate my hours. If I'm looking at everything I do, let's say on average, here like 10, 7, so it'd be 8, 9 times. I probably put in 40 to 50 hours a week, like on every stream of income, everything that I possibly do. I probably put in 40 to 50. Well, we gotta chill on tape gun, is what I'm told.
Hey, tape gun, settle down over there. Thanks for answering the CPA question. What is a reasonable price per month to pay a CPA to have on retainer?
I have no idea. I pay ours at the end of the year after he's done with everything.
I don't think we could probably say what we. I don't. Hey, tape.
Oh, absolutely.
She's going tape happy.
I
don't think it's appropriate to say what we pay our CPA on the YouTubes.
Even if we did, it wouldn't matter just because
change.
it's so different depending on your business. Because you have to understand that our CPA looks at like 6 different streams of income that we have versus 6 different expense reports. Versus what yours might be is it might only be Amazon or only eBay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be completely different.
But here's the thing. Most CPAs will give you a free consult.
Yeah.
And so then you can just ask them, how much is it to have you on retainer all year doing my finances? So. Like
our CPA is amazing because I pay him at the end of the year after he's done with everything. He gets paid. And then throughout the whole year, like whenever I have questions or need a meeting, like he's on top of it. He's amazing.
Yes. Okay. I have been getting a ton of returns on eBay this month. I do not know what is happening. It's been kind of annoying. I don't know. It's a lot of people like this didn't fit, or that's mostly what it is this didn't fit. That's what they say. I do offer returns, so I have to take them. It's just the cost of doing business. It's just been quite a few returns. I don't know. Watching from Salem.
What's up, Jennifer?
Hi, Jennifer.
I'm in Salem all the time. Well, now that I'm not doing RA as much, I'm actually...
You're not really. Yeah.
I'm so used to driving around to like Portland, Vancouver, Salem area like 4 days a week, so it feels weird not to.
Peggy is celeb status.
That's awesome.
Oh no. Yes, we are still doing a meetup in LA.
May 19th. May 19th.
We're going to Disneyland, but first we're going to go meet up with whoever wants to hang out.
May 19th is
May 19th
Saturday?
Is a Saturday. It will be at the
Yard House.
Yard House. Thank you.
We have the whole like upper deck.
The
booked
upper
out,
deck
the
of the
balcony.
Yard House in, oh gosh, I'm so bad with names.
Is it Santa Monica?
It's close to Santa Monica. Anyway,
we have an event page. I'll put that in the description below too. So if you're watching live and you want the description links I've been talking about, after we're done here, just rewatch the video and go to the link description.
May 19th, people.
I'll probably just do another video for it too, just a quick plug.
I sell video games. Which is better to sell them? I'm assuming what platform for video games?
Either one.
Look at the comps on both.
Yeah, I mean, literally new video. There's 2 different types of video games, right? You have the new ones and then you have retro. Both of them sell fantastic on both. So if you have a video game in mind, just cross-check both platforms and see what moves quicker and what you can get out of it and make your decision that way.
Hi, Pedro. Thanks for joining the VIP. I hope you're loving it. I don't understand the PL.
Is that private
question.
label? Can you name your
Yeah.
brand different from your LLC name? Is it possible to create a different PL names under your business name? Yes. We don't do PL, so I don't know the in-depth answer to that. But yeah, you can create whatever types of names that you want. When Amazon is selling at the same price on Amazon listing, does Amazon cycle through all the sellers? Yes. If you are priced with the buy box, they will rotate you in.
As in sharing the buy box. Yep. Everybody shares.
I just, everyone in the face of the earth can just share the buy box. It would be.
Can we all share?
It would be a very nice place.
Can't we all just get along?
Share the buy box.
Okay.
Beautiful.
You're in Corvallis. That's not very far from us.
I'm always shocked how many Oregon people we have that watch
Oregon
these.
people.
I think it's because in the beginning we had no Oregon people at all. And then all these Oregon people pop up that watch, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I do not pay for shipping both ways on returns. If somebody wants to return, they have to pay their own shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. So I've been cleaning out my eBay store and just getting rid of some stale stuff or bad buys that happened at the beginning or whatever. I had a top that I sold to a person for $5 and $3 shipping, so $8. Didn't like it, so she sent it back to me. She paid almost $5 in shipping to send it back. So she really only got like $3 refund. I thought it was funny. It's a lot of work for $3, but
yep. Any ideas on getting textbooks cheap? Garage sales or yard sales, whichever one. I don't have a preference. Library sales, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. Just search for books and trust. I've scored a lot of good books doing the local pickups like that.
Mm-hmm.
Another idea too is post an ad saying that you buy textbooks. And aside from that, it's just straight hustle. Thrift stores, all that kind of stuff.
We pick up really great textbooks at garage sales.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that last summer, the garage sale, I picked up like a stack of huge textbooks and they were all gold. All of them.
You paid what, $1?
Some of them I paid a couple bucks, but
I paid like $1 to $2, but they sold for 70 to 80 bucks.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really awesome. So Sparky, yes, we kind of said we don't do PL. However, we have someone in one of our Facebook groups who he runs a very successful PL business and offers mentorship. Does he call it coaching or mentorship? It's mentorship.
Coaching, I think, is the term he uses.
Yeah.
Either way.
He comes alongside you. You have weekly calls. If that's something you're interested in, jump in our Facebook group.
Can you still get the buy box without Amazon Pro account? Yes, you can. But if you're going to do Amazon and you're going to do it more than just a very part-time basis, get the Pro account because you can get ungated. You can't get ungated if you are not a Pro account. I
don't do Poshmark. I have an account, but I just haven't put the time in it. I love eBay in that you can list something and then basically it sells eventually. There's not a lot of hand holding with buyers, and I feel like there's a lot of hand holding with Poshmark people. The 3 sales that I have made on Poshmark, I just felt like they were exhausting. Like these ladies wanted to know how did these yoga pants fit? I'm like, I don't know. Like yoga pants. Like I'm not.
You get eBay messages sometimes like that too, because I don't do a lot of the eBay stuff, but I have it on my phone, so I'll see the messages pop up. And sometimes I'll look at them, and they'll be like, "What's the measurement from like the armpit to the middle of the arm?" Like they're very specific.
I can understand those questions, but I just feel like
I think it's as a dude, I just like. Why?
Yeah, he has no patience for that.
It's a large shirt. It will fit like a large shirt.
Yeah. Yes.
Which eBay, Amazon or eBay, do you think brings more profit for the time invested?
Wait, what was the question?
That's not even a battle. Which platform, Amazon or eBay, do you think brings more profit for the time invested?
I mean, that's totally like a battle.
It's a battle, and I'm going to vote Amazon. The time invested to something like wholesale.
Yeah. Okay, the time is very
Because that's the key word right there.
different.
It's the time invested.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about like what has the best ROI. We're talking about the time versus the profit.
Amazon.
You can the time, because with eBay, like you can still do private label with eBay and all that kind of stuff too, and that's a great method. But with eBay, typically you're in thrift stores and you're like clothing, for example. It's very time consuming.
Yep.
Something like wholesale or online arbitrage on Amazon, on the other hand,
you're clicking a button, it comes to your door, you put a label on it, and then you send it to Amazon.
There's no shipping to it to
different.
customers. There's no customer service. Amazon handles all that. So that's why the time, that's the keyword here, guys, is time. For the time invested, Amazon gets my vote.
Yep.
That's my personal opinion. You can agree or disagree, and that's fine. We're all here to have different opinions on things.
No, you must agree with everything.
I know. I love when I get comments. Man, we get some comments on some of our videos. They're like, no, I don't agree with it. This is how it's done. Like, chill. Different business models can be done. Yep. It's okay. It's okay.
Yep. Okay, you guys, we got to wrap it up. It is 6:30. We'll take a couple more questions. Which program would you recommend to forecast sales estimates? I'm not sure what he's asking. You know?
Just use Kiba. It's really tough to look at the future potential of products when all you have is the history. Look at the history and make your decision that way. But Kiba.com, it's free. You can download the Chrome extension, so the Kiba chart pops up on the Amazon page if you're clicking through your computer that way.
It's super cool.
Way convenient. So Kiba.
Kiba.
How soon did I get an Amazon Pro account? I got it after 30 days. I signed up with the individual seller's account, and after 30 days, I looked at, I'm definitely going to sell more than 40 items a month, so I'm not going to pay 40. The dollar per item sold is what the individual account is, so I just bit the bullet, paid the $40, and just went with it after that.
It kind of puts a little bit of fire under your butt, right? Because like you are not going to pay for a pro account and then not send anything in for a few months. If you get the pro account, you're going to be pretty motivated to find something to sell and send 40 of them in. At least you're getting your money's worth. Yeah,
for sure.
Little motivation.
Do you have an FBA RA OA course to sign up for, or is it better to join your VIP group? We don't have any courses. I don't have a book. I don't have much to sell you guys. You guys know how we roll. We're transparent with everything.
Shining personalities.
Does that count?
No.
That's our value proposition for it.
Unfortunately.
We're very transparent with everything we do with you guys. We're all about providing an insane value up front, which is how we grew this YouTube channel, was just providing value. And then on the back end, we do have a few paid things, and one of those is our VIP group, and that's where we teach a lot of the RA and OA stuff.
Yeah, we are really loving our community, and coaching just doesn't really appeal at the moment.
So let me clarify. I will offer one-on-one mentorship and coaching, but I feel like I want my credentials to be $1 million seller before I start offering that. So that's my personal goal.
So we have to get to $1 million. We're working on it. It is in the horizon.
Shout out to Big D for the super chat. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
Much appreciated.
Okay. When I get questions about fit, I suggest they compare my measurements to an item they have in their closet. This is regarding eBay selling clothing. Absolutely. That's exactly what I tell people to. It's, you know, find something that already fits you very well in your closet and compare those measurements to the ones I'm providing on my eBay store.
We made it to the bottom. All right, crew. We are past our time.
We got to go.
It has been amazing hanging out with you guys. We are going to pick up our little one now.
So I think it sounds like we're going to have a representative from First Choice Pack on our channel next week. So stay tuned.
Aside from that, you guys have an amazing evening. If you want any questions answered we did not get to, please just comment below. I come through nearly every day, and I'm constantly replying back to DMs on Instagram. I'm constantly replying back to people's messages and comments on YouTube. So feel free to drop a comment. We will get to you. You guys have an amazing evening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.